What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? Let's make sure that we are live in all of the right places. Let's make sure that we are where we are supposed to be. I hope y'all are super hyped because I am definitely super hyped. This is part one of the Strategy and Sales September series, where every week I'm going live and I'm giving you the tea, giving you some guidance, giving you all the juice on another strategy to help you level up and build out your six-figure business. So let's make sure that we are where we need to be. Yep, we sure are. Six-figure business. I got my volume up. Let's tag everybody in my group. Make sure that they know that I am here and I am live. I hope everybody's feeling good today. I actually have a little treat at the end that I'm going to give y'all today. So stay tuned all the way to the end for that. And excuse me if you hear a lot of noise in the background. It's, ambulances and all kinds of stuff going by right now. All right, we are right where we need to be. And let me drop the link for this here. Make sure that they have what they need. All right. And we're going to jump right into this thing. Make sure that if you are catching me live, you hashtag live. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. If you are inside of my inner circle, hashtag boss baddie. Okay. Hashtag boss baddie. Because you already know what it is. You already know how we do up in the community. So hashtag boss baddie if you are officially inside of the inner circle CEO. I hope you guys are feeling good. Today we are going to be talking about the first series in Strategy and Sales September. We are going to be discussing the number one reason or the number one thing, strategy that faith-based entrepreneurs fail to implement, fail to create for their businesses. And I think it's so important that we actually sit down and really pull back the layers on what's required to build a six-figure business. I did not achieve success in my business just by like flying by the seat of my pants. I believe and I truly believe and I stand firmly 10 toes down on the fact that you need to be intentional about how you build your business, right? So many times we jump into things or we're thinking about things and we don't know what's really required to achieve the success that we want. And so what ends up happening is we get discouraged on our journey. We get discouraged by not getting the results that we want. We don't feel like God is hearing our prayers. We're doing all the things to manifest, but nothing's working, right? And it's because you probably don't actually know what needs to go or what needs to happen strategy wise in order for you to build a six-figure business. So it's important that I help y'all out today and that I start this series off with what I feel like is the most important thing and what I feel like nobody talks about and nobody lets you guys know. And what I feel like is the number one thing that faith-based entrepreneurs fail to actually create. It's the number one strategy that you need to have in your business in order to make sure that you are actually aligned with God's vision for you and your business and aligned with the results that you're trying to actually manifest. So once again, hashtag live if you catch me live, hashtag replay if you're catching a replay. If you're in the inner circle, hashtag boss baddie and let me know that you're in the room. So based on my 14 years of experience, my ability to produce multiple six figures in my business, not once but twice with two different businesses, one service based, one product based, right? The number one strategy that faith based entrepreneurs fail to create in their business to produce results is the strategy of evolution. And I know you like Coach Steph. What the hell are you talking about? What is the strategy of evolution? What do you got going on today? Anybody that knows me well enough to know that I prioritize healing and evolution over everything else. You can't expect to be building a business in a physical and you haven't taken time to do any of the spiritual work. You have to put yourself in the headspace of saying that I'm going to make my evolution and what I got going on and who God has called me to become and the woman that I really need to be in order to create the vision. I have to make that a priority over anything else. It doesn't matter what strategies I teach you or help you build or help you create if you haven't taken time to do the inner work. So it's important that we understand what it looks like to create a strategy of evolution. So that way we are making it a priority to do the inner work, to do the spiritual work, to do the healing work, to do the mindset work, to do the emotional work before we just jump into creating all of these other strategies, which I'll be talking about later on down the line every week this month. I'm going to give y'all the tea on the other things that you need to be doing, but you need to be focused on yourself first and foremost. You need to be making sure that you are evolving into who God has called you to be in order for you to not only manifest and co-create the vision with God, but also to be able to keep it. To be able to actually see it and hold on to it and not jack it up. Okay. So, with this process of evolution, I want to talk a little bit about asking yourself the question of who do you actually want to become? Who do you want to become? When is the last time that you sat down and you got quiet and still enough to say and ask God, who do I need to be in order to have this six-figure business that I keep praying for? So many times we're like, God, give me the content ideas. God, bring me the clients and the customers. God, give me the money for my business. God, help me, get this business off the ground, whatever. But we're not asking him who we need to be in the process and who we need to become in order to even have the thing in the first place. So ask yourself, who do I need to become? The very first training that I do inside of the Six Figure Club, which is my mastermind, application only. The link is down below in the comments, right? The very first training that I do is called Woman Becoming. And I do this because if we don't know who it is that God is calling us to be, we don't know what skills, what habits, right? What characteristics, what type of mental or emotional well being we need to have and what we need to develop in order to actually have what it is that we're praying for. We don't know what that looks like. So if you haven't taken time to say, well, who do I actually need to become? Then you won't know who that woman is that already have what it is, that already has what it is that you're actually praying for. You need to know what she looks like, what kind of car she's driving, what kind of clothes she's wearing, who she's around, who she's letting in her energy, right? What kind of habits does she have? What does her spiritual life look like? Where does she live? How does she talk to herself? What type of beliefs do she have? You need to understand those things so you can align yourself with her in order to manifest the vision. So the strategy and the first strategy that you really need to be thinking about is who do you need to become? What does my strategy of evolution look like? And you can't strategize anything in your business if you don't have a vision for what it is that you're doing. So the same way that you want this building in this place, or you want your website to be this way, and you want to help these type of people, and you want to sell this type of thing, the same way that you have vision for that, you need to have vision for self. You need to have vision of who God is calling you to be, so that way you can actually become her. There's a formula called the be, do, have formula, right? You have to be the person, so that way the person that you're being will do the thing that will actually let you have the result that you're looking for. If you don't start with the be, if you don't become the person, you won't have the mindset, the beliefs, the routines, the habits, the spiritual life, anything to support you in taking and doing the right action that will allow you to produce the result that you're looking and that you're praying for. So ask yourself, who do I need to become? I know for me, I took a hiatus during 2020 and prior to that too, because I've always been, all about self growth and, personal development and all of those things. But I really took time during 2020 to sit my pretty butt down and to really get clear on who it is that I need to be in order to have what it is that I feel like God was calling me to build. Prior to that, I already had success, right? I already had made a lot of freaking money as a cosmetologist. I already had done all the things. Okay. Your girl done lived her best life. But I didn't know who it was or who I needed to be, who God was really requiring me to step into in order to manifest something differently. Like when you're building your business with God, it's going to stretch you in a different way. So, yes, it's the potential to always make money in your business, right? But are you doing it with God and are you evolving in the process? Is this business going to stretch you to grow in a way that's actually going to create real change and impact in the world? Or are you just making a few dollars and going on about your willy nilly day, right? I want to make money. I want to make income. and I want to make impact. And I had to be someone different in order for that to be a possibility for me. I don't believe in building businesses. Let me tell you right now, if you ever want to work with me, don't come to me thinking that I'm just going to help you start this business and you're going to make all this money and we're not going to do no work. We're not going to create no change on this earth. We're not going to create no impact with the people that we are called to serve. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care if you're selling weave, clothes, nails, a service, an offer, virtual assistant stuff, whatever it may be, coaching, it does not matter. You are here to create change within people. And I don't believe in building a business that doesn't create income and impact. I believe that we all were sent here to help and assist with uplifting one another and providing something that is going to shift and change people. So I don't believe in just building a business just to make money. You have to be doing something good for people, or why else are you doing it in the first place? Okay. And so, in order to be the person that creates real change and impact in the lives of people, you're going to have to elevate. You're going to have to evolve. You're going to have to cut out your bullshit. You're going to have to become somebody different. You're going to have to actually do the internal work in order to be the person that can help somebody else. And it doesn't mean being perfect. It just means that you make it a priority to be your best self, to evolve into your highest being. Okay. So if you're not clear on who that person is, like I said, I had to take time to get clear. You're not clear on who she is. My love, how are you ever going to align yourself with her and align yourself with the habits and the life that she actually has? Okay. So I took time, and during that time, I asked the right questions. When is the last time you sat down with God and you said, God, who is it that you're actually calling me to be? And that starts with using your creative mind. He created you to be a creator. Use the mind that he gave you. Use the imagination that he gave you. Tune in to all of your chakras, to every piece of you, and get in alignment with God's message, and allow him to download that vision into you. I don't believe when you are practicing manifestation to just create a vision on your own, right? So many people are taught to just visualize. I believe in sitting still enough to allow God to give you the vision. Because if you're manifesting something that God has given you, then you know that's what's guaranteed to actually come to fruition. When we sit up here and we visualize and we make up shit in our minds, excuse my language, but when we make up stuff in our minds based on what the world has told us that we should be, or what we should do, or what we should be trying to create, now we've missed the boat and we're out of alignment with God's order steps for our lives. So I want you to sit back and I want you to ask the questions, but I want you to allow God to download the vision of who it is that he's calling you to be into you. So you can get really clear on the boss baddie that you need to become, right? And she can look like whoever she needs to look like. She ain't got to look like Sue Sally and them. She ain't got to look like the woman that's already successful doing the thing you want to do. She needs to look like whoever God is calling you to be, because that's the woman that's going to break the generational curses. That's the woman that's going to create the generational wealth. That's the woman that was sent here to be the one that changes her family line for the rest of the generations coming after her, right? If you're too busy trying to copy everybody else and feel like you need to be somebody different, you're out of alignment with your mission, with your purpose, with who God has called you to be, with the work that you were sent here that only you can do on this earth. So it's important that you begin to ask the right questions so you can align with the right person that God is calling you to be. Okay. So ask yourself today, who do I want to become? Am I allowing God to give me the vision? I also want you to think about what new habits you need to create for yourself. So as you begin to get this vision and as you begin to get clear on who it is that God is calling you to evolve into, now we need to create a strategy, right? Remember, I talked about the number one strategy that faith-based entrepreneurs fail to create. Now we need to create a strategy. And we create a strategy by developing new habits that are going to align us with our higher selves. So this may look like taking time to spend time with God. Do you have a spiritual life? What does that look like for you? Could be 10, 15 minutes a day, right? It could be going to sit by the water. It could be meditation. It could be working on all your chakras and getting everything into alignment. It could be reading your Bible. It could be whatever that thing is for you that allows you to cultivate your relationship with God and to make sure that that is the first in the The thing that is always on the forefront of your mind, so you can constantly be guided, constantly have peace, constantly receive healing, all of the things that you need to manifest this beautiful life that he wants you to have, right? What new habits do you need to develop? It can be fasting. One of my clients is fasting, right? It can be eating better. It can be whatever. It can be not talking to yourself like trash. It can be doing your affirmations in the morning. It can be journaling every day. It can be whatever it is that it needs to be for you. But what is that higher version of you doing? And what habits do you need to create in order to be her? So pay attention to what you're doing now that's not actually serving you. And you can't do that if you're not actually observing what you have going on from day to day. Every single day you need to be paying attention. Is the action that I'm currently doing and the habits that I form for myself, are they serving me, and are they putting me in alignment with where it is that I want to go? Because if not, then we have some work to do. If you're not currently living the life that you desire to live, that means that there's work to do. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not constantly evolving and we're not bettering our lives and our circumstances. But if you look around and ain't nothing going right, and you got toxic people all around you, and you have people that do not serve your good, right? If you're not producing any results in your business, or you haven't even taken the time to start it in the first place, and you've been sitting on this $1 million idea that's supposed to help people, now we need to look at what we're doing. So you have to be aware of what's going on. Don't just wing it through life. Be intentional. Don't just go through your day thinking life is just happening to you. You got complete control over your day. No, you cannot immediately change your circumstances most times, but you can damn sure change how you view them, and you can damn sure change how you show up despite what's happening around you. You can choose who you allow to give access to you. You can choose what you decide to wake up and create and do every single day. You can choose how you talk to yourself. You can choose how to heal from the things that you've been through. These are all decisions that we have to make. But so often we're just floating through life thinking that it's happening to us, instead of giving and stepping into our God given authority and our God given power, right? To actually create a better experience for ourselves. And that starts with your mindset, and it starts with being aware of what's actually going on around you and what you're doing to contribute to the circumstances. Hold yourself accountable for the results that you get, or the results that you don't get in your business and in your life. Okay. So, what new habits do you need to create? You have a vision of who you want to be. What new habits do you need to create in order to be her? Okay. I also want you to currently look at, are you aligned with the results that you want? So if you're praying for a six-figure business, but you're not actually being the person that actually like works on the business, that gets help when she needs help, that sits back and don't make excuses not to do the work, right? Are you aligned with the results that you want? Let me be the first coach to be real with you. Building a six-figure business is not easy, boo boo. I've been in this game for 14 very long years. About 1,000,002, I wanted to give up. Make that 1,000,003. Seriously. So, in order to align with the results that you want, you're going to have to be somebody different, which is why you need a strategy for your evolution, which is why you need to be intentional about your growth, because it is going to be challenging, because it is going to stretch you to be better than who you used to be, because it is going to help you evolve and grow and learn new things, and learn how to trust yourself and learn how to trust God and to step into your authority and all of these other things that come with building a six-figure business. But you have to be in alignment with the results that you want. It's not just about saying, I want to make six figures, and so let me just make these posts on social media and let me make a cute brand and let me do these things. No, you have to be a different woman. You have to be a different woman. And the type of woman that you need to be quite frank, is a woman that don't make excuses. And I'm going to just keep it real. One of my pet peeves, and one of the things that probably drive me the craziest, as the fiery Aries that I am, as a Libra moon and a Virgo rising. So you know I'm a perfectionist in some ways, right? My pet peeve is seeing people make excuses for the things that they want and then complain that they don't have it. Mm-mm-mm. Can I get an amen from somebody on that? You praying to God, crying, God, get me out of this situation. God, help me pay this bill, Lord. Help me do this thing, God. Help me grow my business. But then you make excuses to do the thing that he's telling you to do. You don't invest in yourself and you don't get help. You think Google is going to give you every answer that you need instead of working with people that actually got the blueprint, right? You procrastinate your butt off. You say, I don't have enough time. I'm a mom and I'm working a 9 to 5. I don't have enough time. Make time. Make the time. God tells us to number our days for a reason. He's telling you to be intentional with your time management. I'm a mom of 2 and I'm a wife also. And I was a single mom of 2 for a very long time. Make the time. Create the time for yourself. Stop making excuses to have the thing that you want. You're bigger and you're better than the excuses that you're telling yourself. You're also more powerful and stronger than your circumstances. I built my 6-figure business broke. I built it getting evicted. I built it having my cars repo. I built it while seeing my lights and my water get cut off. I built it while having to let my children stay with my father because I couldn't afford them. I did it despite what was going on around me. Why? Because it was important enough to me to create something better for them. And I didn't let my circumstances or any of my BS or any of my problems or any of my mindset stuff or any of my emotional things going on stop me from creating success in my life. So we have to be willing to put our big girl pants on and to say that I want this. I want this enough to do what I got to do. That I want this enough to not look at my babies and feel like I'm failing them. That I want this enough to make sure that every damn bill in this house is paid and then some. Okay? So we have to align with the results that we want, and it starts with not making excuses. It really truly does. Stop making excuses. And the biggest and the best thing that you could do for yourself is to make a decision. Is to make a decision to say, I want better and I'm going to do better. And I'm going to start with me. I'm going to start with me and I'm going to hold myself accountable and I'm going to stop blaming the world for my problems and what I got going on. Whatever you look around and whatever you see is a byproduct of who you are internally. And sometimes we don't want to admit it. Nope. We don't want to say the truth. Oh, I didn't pay that bill last month and they about to come take that car from outside because I have a poverty mindset and I don't manage my finances well. We don't want to say that. We just want to be mad that Virginia doesn't pay us enough money. We want to be mad that nobody bought my product or my service this month. We want to be upset about those things instead of saying, where internally am I out of alignment with the result that I'm trying to produce? We got to learn how to be real with ourselves. So align with the results that you want. Align with the results that you want. How are you actually evolving? Are you taking time to work on yourself in conjunction with working on your business? I'm not saying that it needs to be the only thing you do because you damn sure ain't gonna build no 6-figure business by sitting back meditating all day. You can be the best person, but if you don't take no action and learn some real strategies for business, you're not going to produce that. Or if you do produce it, you're not going to know how, and you're going to have a very difficult time duplicating and scaling your business. Okay. So you need to be working on yourself in conjunction with working on your business. And that starts with creating a strategy for yourself. That starts with knowing who you need to become in order to have the thing that you're praying for. All right. I'm hoping this is helping somebody tonight. I know I got up here with some tough love. You guys know I can't help myself. It's a given. It comes with the territory. But we really need to be making it a priority. Like I say this every year, and it's probably the same old line, but like 2023 is the time to stop playing. 2022 was a year to stop playing. 2021 was a year to stop playing. 1924 was the time to stop damn playing. Seriously. It's time that you make your growth a priority. You can have the website. It could be beautiful. It could be well designed. You can have great brand messaging and you can have, a beautiful sales process and your customers are well taken care of. But guess what? If you feel and experience lack in your energetic being and somewhere mentally you don't feel like God is really going to bless you and bring you the money, you're going to have a very difficult time producing the income that you want. I've been there and done it enough times to understand. This is why I speak so strongly about this. So you have to work on yourself so you can be the person, my love, that can have the six-figure business, that can have the healthy relationships, that can live where she wants to live, that she can drive what she wants to drive. She can do all of the things. But it starts with aligning yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all of that with the results that you actually want to produce. Okay. So I hope and I hope and I hope that this has blessed you today. I'm not going to come up here and stay long. Okay. I never do. I like to get a quick word and move on with my life. I told you that I had a little treat for y'all. So I actually pulled y'all an affirmation card. I actually sell this at my boutique. Dear Self Affirmation Card Deck is actually made by a Black girl. I think her name is Tanisha. Don't give me the line because I have the little sticker from the shop covering up the name, but I feel like her name is Tanisha. But it's a Dear Self Affirmation Card Deck. So I actually pulled y'all an affirmation card for the week to hold you over until next week when I come back with some more juice and some more teas. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about the next strategy that you need to focus on. If you missed my little pop-up live last night, I actually talked about the 4 parts of your business that are the most important and the 4 things that you need to focus on when you're building a strategy. Visibility was one of those things. So we're going to talk about a strategy for visibility in your business so that way you can actually start increasing the people that come into contact with your brand and eventually convert them into customers or clients. So we're going to be talking about that next week, but I had to get on y'all about y'all strategy of evolution that y'all ain't creating. Okay. But the affirmation card that God gave us for the day is observe. It says, I am aware that being present is important. Still, there are times when observing my thoughts and exploring the source of them can be helpful. When I understand the root of a negative thought, I can take its power away. Likewise, when I understand the source of my happy thoughts, I can encourage them. I want to observe my thoughts about blank. So you fill in the blank there. And I want to identify the source of them. And this goes so perfectly with our message for tonight because, like I said, are you aware of what's going on? Pay attention to the thoughts that are running around in your mind. Pay attention to how you feel throughout the day. Pay attention to what triggers you so you can identify where it's really stemming from. Do the deeper work so that way your circumstances will begin to reflect the new inner you. Okay. Go back and watch the replay. If you joined late, make sure to click the link below. I have some options for you. If you want to work with me, I can help you launch your biz or I can help you fix the business that you already got. So that way you are standing on a 6-figure business foundation and can produce the income and the results and the impact that you actually want to create in this world. All right. I love you guys. I hope this has blessed you tonight. If it does, make sure you drop a comment. Let your girl know. Like I said, click the link. You can apply to be in a 6-figure club. That's for fixing the business that you already have, growing the business that you already have, or you can sign up for the Purpose and Profit Experience, which is one-on-one coaching with me for 16 weeks. And I take you from A to Z to help you launch a brand new 6-figure business. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace out.